Over the years, crossovers and SUVs have been gaining popularity in the automotive industry, with a lot of people preferring them. There are several reasons why people prefer them, with the main ones being their versatility and cargo space. SUVs are great for commuters or for small families that need a bit more room than a sedan or a hatchback can offer. After all, SUVs have two rows of seating. Most SUVs are now being integrated with an electric engine, as most automakers are slowly transitioning to electric cars. With that, companies like Mitsubishi are slowly working to make their SUVs better for the market. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we will look at the 2023 Mitsubishi Xpander as we figure out what is new with the facelift. But before we get to see what it has to offer, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing updates on your favorite cars. And with that, let's find out more about the 2023 Mitsubishi Xpander. The Mitsubishi Xpander Cross has been given a facelift, and even now, the minivan SUV still looks polarizing. Since everything nowadays is all about SUVs on the road, Mitsubishi has decided to make sure that the Xpander Cross fits into the market. This is a high-riding minivan that has a somewhat tough look. It was only launched 3 years ago, but it is already receiving a facelift. Before we even go further, it is important to note that Mitsubishi has a long history when it comes to rugged people movers. This is given the fact that the Mitsubishi Delica has been on the market for decades now, and it comes complete with an all-wheel drive. However, the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross sends its power to the front axle. When the facelift was unveiled, it was clear that the van would still remain as polarizing as it was before. It was unveiled at the 2022 Indonesia International Auto Show, and it is already on sale. One look at the new Xpander Cross, and you will realize that the front fascia Mitsubishi decided to give it has new headlights that continue to have a split arrangement, but with a T-shaped layout. As for the turn signals, they have been moved to the upper cluster, making them more visible. In addition to that, the hood has also been made thicker than it was before. The entire half minivan, half crossover has been given a fresh green bronze metallic paint with its facelift. Some of the other upgrades are to the front and rear overhangs, which have been stretched by a total of 95 millimeters, which is about 3.7 inches. Even though the 17-inch alloy wheels are new, they're still quite small. They have a two-tone look with gray accents that match the front and rear skid plates, as well as the door garnishes. The T motif that is evident at the front is also very noticeable at the rear, where the taillights have also been updated. This gives the Xpander Cross a more modern appearance. The family hauler has a minimum clearance of about 220 millimeters, which is about 8.6 inches. This gives it the capability to cruise easily, even on bumpy roads. However, this does not make it an off-road vehicle whatsoever. With this upgrade, the SUV will come with Mitsubishi's proprietary active yaw control, or YAC. However, it does not have an active rear differential like you would get on the Evo. Instead, it will apply the braking force to the front wheels, which will in turn help it when cornering. It will mostly work based on the steering angle, brake pressure, longitudinal g-forces, yaw rate, and wheel speed. But the 2023 Mitsubishi Xpander has been updated in more ways than just its exterior. Even the interior and under the hood have had a few tweaks to make it better. The 2023 Xpander Cross has been fitted with an electric parking brake, a digital instrument cluster, as well as larger touchscreen that is now 8 inches wide. The old-school knobs that controlled the climate in the cabin have all been replaced with a screen, which has also made room for a wireless charging pad to be added. The Mitsubishi Xpander Cross has been fitted with a familiar, naturally aspirated 1.5-liter engine that can give the car about 103 horsepower and about 141 newton-meters of torque. The mill has also been combined with a new CV gearbox that sends power to the front axle, just like in the regular Xpander facelift. However, do not see it with higher ground clearance and rugged styling and expect it to also come as an all-wheel drive car. Mitsubishi has never offered an all-wheel drive Xpander. Some things will most likely be common with the current model of the Mitsubishi Xpander, but it is not yet confirmed. Even though the dashboard has been updated and an 8-inch touchscreen has been added, some features are likely to remain. With the previous model, there are a lot of hard plastic surfaces inside the cabin, which is common with all the Xpander variants. However, some of them had a brown and gray accent on the dashboard, which was a nice touch. However, if there is one thing that Mitsubishi got wrong, it is the addition of fake stitching. It takes away the originality of the design. However, we can only wait to see whether Mitsubishi will still retain it or whether they will change it and add real stitching. The front row never had any armrests, but the Xpander Cross has a small cubby on the dash just above the glove compartment. This is ideal for holding most everyday carry items like phones, wallets, and keys. This would help the center console remain clutter-free. However, now that they have removed the physical climate control knobs, there might be just a little more room on the center console, given that they are also adding a wireless charging pad. We can commend Mitsubishi for the seats, which are all stitched with leather, providing a comfortable ride and good cushioning. However, the recliner handles on the front row would always graze the sides of the seats every time you tried to adjust the backrest. This would lead to faster wear and tear on the leather, but the bad structure would also lead to the lever easily breaking. Hopefully, Mitsubishi noticed this, and they will correct this with the 2023 Xpander. The rear half of the cabin is quite comfortable. It has enough legroom as well as headroom, which is just right to ensure a nice, comfortable ride from back there. This is also the same as the third row of seats. If you need some more cargo space, you can just slide the second row seats forward and fold them down. This also allows easier entry and exit from the third row seats. However, by the time you are folding them to get more cargo space, you will have fitted a lot of cargo back there. There is enough cargo room to go around, even with the second row seats upright. And don't let the car's high ground clearance worry you, because it is still easy to load stuff in the back. The previous model of the Xpander Cross is quite smooth when it comes to riding and handling, and this is expected to be better with the 2023 Mitsubishi Xpander Cross. Even though it has a higher clearance, it still holds its ground when taking corners, no matter how sharp it is. You will still feel some slight body roll when driving through winding roads, but it is not to the point where you feel as though you are getting thrown inside the car. The suspension does a great job of absorbing all the shock from the usual bumps on the road, giving you a comfortable ride. However, something else that Mitsubishi should try and improve upon is sound insulation. Even though you get a smooth ride, it is very poor when it comes to sound insulation. When you are driving through open roads, you will notice that it eventually gets noisy inside. This is something that we hope Mitsubishi will improve on with the 2023 Xpander Cross. But even with all that, it would still make a good car for everyday driving. The Mitsubishi Xpander Cross has a price tag of about $21,117, which is slightly more expensive than the regular Xpander, which starts at $17,268. The models will be mainly sold in Southeast Asia, the Middle East, Latin America, and Africa. We can only wait and see what the car really has to offer once it is on the market. What do you think of the new 2023 Mitsubishi Xpander Cross? Feel free to let us know in the comment section below. Also, before you go, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing updates on your favorite cars. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.